What is up, guys? It's the Scripting Legend here, and in today's video we will be adding a flying power to our superpower train simulator like game, and basically that's pretty much all we're gonna do. So I've never actually made a flying script, so this was something new. So I did need a bit of help. So I found this very good post on the ROBLOX dev forum by Ego Moose, and he basically made an open source flying for everyone to use. Now, Ego Moose is some kind of genius when it comes to Roblox games. He is the one that made the portals for the open source portals for Parkour Tower, and he's the one that made this fly script. Now, I did make a few slight adjustments just to make it a little bit easier for you guys to know what's going on. I'll try to explain it as best as I can. There's a few things I don't really know what it does. Alright, so the first thing we do is we get the camera. So where the camera is, we just get the camera from the workspace, and then we get our character, which is our local player's character, and we get the mouse from our player. The next thing we do is get our humanoid root part and store it in the HRP variable, and then we get our humanoid from the character. So far, very simple stuff. This I commented out. This you would uncomment for animation, like if you're gonna be animating it. I don't know, we might do some animation at the end of this video. Down here are some more animation variables. You would rename this to the name of your animations and make sure that it's inside of the. Just don't worry about animations yet. I'll show you in a video later. Alright, so then we make a body gyro, and we set its max torque to a new vector 3, and just do some math on that vector 3, and then we set the body gyro's P property to 10 to the 6th power. And then we basically did the same thing for body velocity, same vector 3, but instead of max torque, max force. And then we set the body velocity's P property to 10 to the 4th power this time. Then we make some Boolean variables, is flying, which starts off as false, and is jumping, which also starts off as false. And then we make a movement map or dictionary. So we just set I think these are supposed to be the velocities, or so for forward, backwards, right, and left. Alright, so now we start making some functions. So we have this local function called setFlying. It takes in flying as a property, as a parameter, and is flying, then we just set it to whatever was passed as this flying argument. And is flying, if you remember, is our Boolean variable up here. Then we set the body gyro's parent to is flying and a humanoid root part, or nil if that's for some reason it can't do that, or it didn't find those. And then we set the body velocity's parent to the same thing. And then we set the body gyro C-frame to the humanoid root part C-frame. C-frame is kind of like position, but a little bit different. We set the body velocity's velocity to a new vector 3, but it's just an empty vector 3. So then there's some animation stuff that I commented out again, and you would just do this if you name the variables the same up here. Once again, don't worry about that until a later video. So after that function, we have this onUpdate function, which takes in dt as the argument, and if the player is flying, then we're going to make a variable called CF, and that will be equal to the camera C-frame. We'll do the direction is equal to the CF variable's right vector, so the camera C-frame, its right vector and we're going to multiply it by the right velocity in our movement map, and we'll subtract it by our left velocity in our movement map, and we'll add it to the look vector of our camera C-frame, and we'll multiply that by the movement dot forward minus the movement dot backwards. So then we use this dot, then we check if direction dot direction is greater than 0, and if it is, then direction will be equal to direction dot unit. So the next thing, body gyro dot C-frame will be equal to the camera C-frame, and then our body velocity's velocity will be equal to direction multiplied by humanoid dot walk speed, so our character's walk speed, and multiplied by 3. This later on we will probably change to make it based on a speed stat that we will make later on, not in this video though. This video will be focused on the fly power. So next function we have is a local jump function, and basically we just check if not the humanoid, so if there's no humanoid, or if you get the state of the humanoid is humanoid state type dot dead, so if the character is dead, then we'll just return out of this function, basically just exiting out of this function. So if we are flying, then we want to set flying and false. We want to pass false, and then is jumping is equal to false. And then if is jumping, so like if they are jumping, then we will set flying to true. So if is jumping is true, then we'll do set flying to, and we'll pass true as our argument. Set flying was this function up here, and then basically our on state change function takes in an old and new argument parameter. So then we check if new is equal to enum.humanoidStateType.landed. So that's just a state type Roblox provides for humanoids, and that we will check if new, which is about an argument that will be passed into this function when we call it, and we'll check it if it's equal to our landed humanoid state type from enum. And then if it is, then we'll set is jumping to false, because that means that we landed on the ground. And else if, like if new is equal to the jumping enum, the humanoid state type instead of landed, then we'll set is jumping to true. So then the last function is a movement bind, and we take in an action name, input state, and input object. So basically, if the input state is equal to enum.userinputState.begin, then which is a user input state, begin is a user input state, not interstate. Then we'll set movement and the action name, so whatever gets passed here, we'll set that equal to 1, and if it's end instead of begin, then we'll set it to 0. So then we check if is flying, and if they are, then we just make a local is moving, and that's equal to movement.right plus movement.left plus movement.forward plus movement.backward, and we just check if that's greater than 0. So it will return either true or false, because it's a comparison. So then at the end we return the enum context action result dot pass. Alright, so then finally we have some connections. So when the humanoid, that state changed, like when the humanoid state changed, we connect a function to it and we pass on state change. So then we do a mouse dot key down function, and we connect it to a function, and we pass in key, and then we check if key is equal to the space, and if it is, then we'll call jump. And then after that, basically what we do is we bind our actions. So we bind our key bind, so for forward, backwards, left, and right. So I'll just explain one of them, and then just basically be the same thing, except changing some slight things. So basically, we get the context action server from the game's services, I guess you'd call it, and then we bind an action to it, and we call this first action forward, and and then our second thing is called movement bind, which is this function up here, and then we pass, and then the next thing we do is false, and the enum player actions character forward. So the things you would change for the other directions, you change forward to backwards or left or right, and then character forward to character backwards, character left or character right. And then finally, our game get service, we get that service, we get the run service, and we call the render step, and we connect it to on update. And on update was this function up here. Alright, so that's this fly script. Let me possibly zoom out a little so you can see the whole thing. Alright, let's see. Alright. So I'll just quickly scroll through it all. You can pause the video and copy it down now that I've explained it all. Alright, so now that that's done, I've tested this, it does work. I'll even show it to you. So if I click play, and I double jump, then now I'm flying, but it looks like my character's trying to fall, but it's not because we don't have an animation. Well, because we're flying, but it looks like that because we don't have an animation. So yeah, we can fly around, we can go up, we can go back down. Because there's no animations, if you're on a surface, this will start happening. It'll look like you're walking. Then if you just go up. Alright, so that's that. And now the next thing we want to do is make that flying achievable by, you guessed it, a quest. So the way we're going to do this, also I forgot to mention the fly script is in starter pack, and it's a local script. And I called it fly script. So then over here, alright, so then basically not outside of here, but in, alright, so let's see where we'd put this statement. Probably put it over here. Yeah, so basically really we just need to, over here, if it is equal to that, and we have the game dot players dot local player, so we get the current player, and if we get we'll make a new value inside of them shortly, but first let's just finish writing this. We'll call it has fly, and this will be, don't do that, we have to remember the dot value, and then if it's equal to true, or we don't even have to do that, we can just do it like this. So basically we're just checking if the player's has fly value is true, and if it is, then we'll call the jump function when the player jumps. Alright, so that's good. That should be good now. So if we save this, and now we can close that, and we can go into our leader stats, and we can now go down to this, and we'll copy this one because it's shorter, and we'll paste it, and we'll change this has aura to has fly. We'll just copy that, paste it here too, here, and here. Alright, so save it and close. So let me just make sure it's saved. Alright, yeah. So then the next thing we're gonna want to do is go into our well, actually first we'll go into server storage, quest talks, and we'll basically do this, copy this, and we'll paste it, and then this time we'll do quest talks.text 6, and great job with your first 5 quests. And now this time you'll need how about we do 1,000? Alright, that'll be too much. We'll do 500 psychic, and this will also be used like with speed, the speed stat later on when we make that stat. And this will be to earn your, instead of energy punch ability, to earn your fly ability. I know the order of these quests makes absolutely no sense, but I'm just doing the ones that you guys really want. We'll leave that the same. And also guys, so you guys have 3 options to vote for next video, what you guys want me to do. We'll be taking a little break from some of the powers and move on to some of the other features of the game. So your 3 options are fusions, classes, or safe zone for the next video. In our Super Powertrain Simulator series. And basically the way you guys will vote is you will leave a comment in the comment section, and you will leave it with hashtag SPTS part 7. And yeah, you must use the hashtag for your vote to be counted, or else it will not be counted. And you must vote from either fusions, classes, or safe zone. If you call fusions or classes or one of those things, if you call it something like ranks, your vote will not be counted. So yeah, make sure you say either fusions, classes, or safe zone for next video. Alright, so now let's get back to what we were doing, and quests and rewards. So if we open that up, then basically over here, since we need 500 psychic, it only makes sense to get a lot of coins. We'll do done 6 coins, and this will be equal to, we'll be a bit generous and give them 75. I was gonna do 100, but I was like, nah. Alright, so if we save this, then now the last thing we need to do is go over here to our dummy right here in our give quest. And you probably guess what we're going to do first, since you know how to make quests now. So we'll do local 6th reward is equal to qr.done 6 coins. And oh, I put a minus sign by accident. And then over here we'll do local 6th speech is equal to speeches dot text 6, and that's the variables we need to do. Then basically what we can do is we can copy this psychic, and we'll scroll down here, paste this, change this to 500, we'll change this to 6, and that's it for that line. Keep it at completed text. We'll add 6th reward to it, and we'll then set this to 6, and that's it for here. So one thing we just forgot to do is up here, if we just copy this else if and paste it, then now we change that to 6, change this to 6th speech, and boom, we should be good to go. So just make sure we set it to 500, yep, and I hope this will work. Alright, so if we close this now, then what we want to do is do something I either forgot to show you last video or forgot altogether to do myself and to show you, which is the Quest UI, of course. So if we go into Quest UI into frame, if we go into bar frame, if we go into bar into local script, so yeah, I just forgot to show you guys that I added this for the, which is basically just this, but I changed this to 5 and this to strength and strength. But yeah, you guys know what to do. So we'll copy this, paste it. We will make this to 6. We will change this to psychic. We will change this to psychic, and we will change this to 500. Alright, so that's it for this local script. Save it. And I also forgot to show the quest description, local script, get 100 strength. We'll copy that and paste it to get 100 psychic, and we'll change this to 6. Alright, nice. So I think we should be good. The last thing I want to do is to make this a bit easier to get 500 psychic. Also, we forgot to change this to 500. So to make it a bit easier to get to 500 psychic, I think we should, oh yeah, I forgot about this training zone, but I think we should add another multiplier. So in our player stats, open player stats, no wait, not that, frame I meant to say, stat upgrade frame, and we'll do our upgrade PSP frame, our confirm button, our local script, and we'll copy this. And then we'll change this to, if it's equal to 2, but we want it to be equal to 4. And this time, we'll have to have, let's say, 350 coins, or how about 400? 400 coins, and then we'll take away 400 coins using our event, and we'll set this to 8. And that's all for that. Nice. So then that's all we need to do, and so I don't have to earn those coins because I don't want to wait that long. Well, I don't want to click the button that long. I want to just go into leaderstats and start off with 1,100 coins. So if I save this, then we can play. Alright, so Roblox Studios has been doing some weird shadows lately. I don't know if you see that. Over there, right there. But yeah, anyways, let's test this. If I double jump, I can't. Oh, so we actually did one thing wrong. I can't, I can't fly because, first of all, I don't have the quest, but that wouldn't matter right now because we have an error. In our fly script, we put if the players has fly, but we need to do players.localplayer.powers.hasFly. Alright, So something I forgot, that we store all the power booleans in a powers folder. Alright, so now if I double jump, no error messages and I can't fly. So if I go here, alright, yeah, cool. So we have to get 10 punch. Let's just buy our multipliers first. Alright, so that was a waste of time. So hold on. First of all, I want to go into our leader stats, and we need to start off with we'll just do 1,500, honestly. We don't need that much, but yeah. Over here, if the value is, oh, of course, I forgot something in our dummies give quest script. We forgot to change something. We forgot this right here, has fly. Alright, my mistake, guys. I didn't see that, we missed that. I totally forgot about that. Alright, so now still can't do it. The flying thing. Alright, so let's just get this real quick. We have to change this text too. So if I punch just like 3 times, alright, one more. Alright, so now if we push up and there's some more, then we get a reward, psychic. Alright, get a reward, psychic again, right? Yeah. Alright, go in our training zone. Where is it? I'm trying to find it. Over here. Alright. Let's start punching already, because that's our next quest. Alright, so we need 100 strength for our energy punch. Alright, we should be nearing there. Okay, not that much. But it should work this time. Also, I forgot about the bar situation with our psychic, our last psychic thing. It works for this one, right? Yeah. Alright, and then over here, the bar never resets. That's the problem. For some reason, this time the bar never resets. Let's go in our training zone over here. Over here. You see, I'm getting a lot more now than when I was not in the training zone. And because this is a 3 times multiplier, this training zone. Alright, so now that we're done, if we go to this guy, he will give us our reward, just big reward, and then now we can fly. Alright, so it works good. Except I'm too fast for my aura. Alright, so as you see, it works, and I don't fake anything, so don't say it doesn't work. You can tell me what doesn't work, and maybe I can help you fix it. Alright, so now let's take a look at that bar situation. It might be something in our give quest script. So it works for every other one, so I don't see why it's not working for this one. So not sure, honestly. It just doesn't seem to be resetting for some reason. but it's not a big deal. We'll fix it next video. I think this video was good. Yeah, this video was pretty long, so let's wrap this up. So hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I give full credit to Ego Moose and for making this the fly script. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope this helped you out. Hope you guys are having fun making your Roblox games, and make sure you join my group. I might be doing some testing for this game soon, so only group members allowed, guys, so make sure you're in my group. And so yeah, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Really helps me out if you guys subscribe. It's completely free to you guys, and you can always unsub later if you change your mind. So that being said, see you in the next video, guys. Bye.